Welcome, fellas, to the Captain Saver Bro Show, episode 65, boyfriend culture. And you're probably thinking, King Dre, what the hell are you talking about, boyfriend culture? We're going to get into it. I'm going to lace you up. But first and foremost, guys, this episode of the Saver Bro Show is brought to you by the Players Club. The Players Club is my private, exclusive men's community where men like you, like-minded individuals such as yourself, chop up game with men like me and other men around the world like yourself and like me, just chopping up game. No, this is not, when guys hear player, they think, oh, we in there trying to see who can get the most hoes. It's not nothing like that. Player just means a guy who's handling his business. And because he handles his business, he gets the spoils of war. And that mean more opportunity, more money, whatever the case may be. Just a guy at the top of his game. And if you want to be a player, then you need to join the Players Club and come learn from the best. In the Players Club, we meet once a week, right? So every week you can meet up with me via Zoom. We meet, chop up game. If you have any questions, you can pick my brain. You can ask me questions about anything. If you have any problems, I got you. So basically, it's a weekly coaching calls. That alone is worth its weight in gold. But that's not the only benefit. You get the benefit of a group. You get the benefit of a safety net. So if you have a problem, you can DM me. Whenever you want to, you can get personal access to me. So let's say you have a problem with your chick and you need something immediately, you can hit me up and I'll respond to it immediately, as I prioritize responding to the people in my group over Instagram, the hundreds of messages on Instagram and TikTok that I get per day. You understand what I'm saying? So you get first access to me. You also get discounts on all my programs. So if you want one of my programs, you get a 50% discount on that. You get a handsome discount when I do my bundles, 3 or 4 times a year, which reminds me, the Ladies Man bundle is coming up, but I'll talk about that in a second. So not only that, you get, if you want one-on-one private coaching with me, you don't want people in your business. And it's not like, we don't put your business out in the world on the group coaching or nothing like that. But if you have a situation to where you don't want nobody to know and you want one-on-one coaching with me, for an hour, 2 hours or whatever, I do charge for that because my time is very valuable. So I charge for that. I can fix your situation. But if you want that, when you're a part of the Players Club, you get a 50% discount on that. So you just get a whole host of benefits. You get the brotherhood, you get to network and the whole nine. So that's the Players Club, and you can join that at theplayersclub.vip. That's theplayersclub.vip, or click the link that's in the description, the bio, wherever you're seeing this at. Click the link. Also, guys, coming up in April will be the Ladies Man Bundle, and this is a suite of programs to help you out in the dating market. Summer's getting ready to come up, and you guys are getting ready to go outside to try to hunt, and so I got you. I'm going to teach you how to play this game thoroughly. This suite of courses will be geared towards that: attraction, dating, sexual escalation, the whole nine. And you also get access to, prior webinars that we do. This will be out in April. And again, you're going to learn everything from cold approaching, how to generate leads and keep leads coming in, meaning in the business world, just new prospects coming in, how to keep new prospects coming in, how to talk to women, how to close the deal, how to cold approach them, how to screen them. You understand? How to escalate sexually, how to know who's wasting your time, how to put it down in the bedroom, the whole nine. I'm going to teach you how to play this dating game from start to finish, so that when you play this game, whether you're trying to get a rotation of women or you're trying to find, a woman to settle down with, you still have to get out here to go find her. And I'm going to teach you how to do that. Whatever your goal may be, I got you from start to finish. That way you can move on to, making them fall in love and learning how to mentally seduce them and taking their souls and all of that. So that's coming up for the summer. Get ready for that. I'm putting that out in April. The wait list will be out in about a week or so. So stay tuned to that. You got to be on the wait list to have access to it. So the wait list is coming again in maybe a week and a half. Listen, get your money together right now. Start saving your money right now. It'll probably be under $1,000. I'm going to do a payment plan so you don't have to spend all of the money right then and there. I think you have to put down maybe $150, $190 or something like that. So at least save that up. You understand? At least save that up so you don't miss out. And also, when you get this, be a part of this Ladies Man bundle, you get coaching with me. So you get coaching with me for 6 months every week. So you can't beat that. You know what? I'm gonna walk your hand, hold your hand through this game, walk you through it. We're gonna teach you how to set up your dating app profiles. We're gonna teach you what to say, what not to say, the whole nine. So be on the lookout for that. That's the Ladies Man bundle. And other than that, guys, follow me on all social media platforms at King Dreism. I was about to say King Dreism, KingDreism.com. Follow me on all social media platforms at King Dreism. Twitch, Twitter, Instagram, Threads, Facebook, YouTube, TikTok, everywhere. Every social media app, I'm there, spitting daily game. But anyway, guys, let's get straight into it. Let's get into this game. All right, y'all ready for this? Let's get it. Let's get it. Now, what I'm about to get into does not represent every woman or young chick, right? And I'm saying that not to keep the women at bay, and because I don't want to hear, oh, women are not like that and all that old bullshit. That's not why I'm saying this. I don't want you to be scared of the game. I don't want you to be scared of fulfilling happiness or a family or a relationship or playing the field. I don't want you to be scared. And I don't want to paint this boogeyman image of the game, because it's not like that. Every game you get into, every arena you get into, you're going to have monsters and sharks, and you're going to have good people trying to do good business. Whatever arena you go to, whatever job you go to, whatever business you try to start, whatever industry you try to get in, there are going to be monsters and sharks, and they're going to be good people doing business. That's my job, to teach you how to find the sharks and avoid them and find the women who are going to be good to you. This episode is going to be about some of the sharks. And so this does not represent every woman or every young chick, but there's enough of them, right? There's enough of them for this to be considered what we call culture, right? So boyfriend culture. First, we got to get into what is culture, right? Culture is the customs, arts, social institutions, and achievements of a particular nation, people, or social group, with the key word being customs, right? So there's enough people doing things a certain way for this to be considered culture, right? And so we have this phenomenon going on in America that's been going on since I can remember, even as a kid, or, and I don't think this has always been the case in this country. I want to say, this kind of started around feminism in the 50s and 60s, that wave of feminism. But we have this thing called boyfriend culture, specifically, not even specifically, but in this country and in other Western countries, we have this thing called, what I like to call, not what they call, this is, what I like to call, I kind of coined this, is boyfriend culture. And what boyfriend culture is women getting into relationships with men, young girls, women getting into relationship with guys that they don't want to build with, have children with, long-term family. They don't want to do none of that, right? They only want to get with these guys. They only want to get with these guys for emotional support or financial gain, basically as a utility. So these type of women are getting with guys as utilities. You understand what I'm saying? And, this is typically seen in younger women who feel that they have that type of time to waste, right? And many guys are not aware of this, so they go into a situation thinking forever, not realizing they are just a utility. So guys, especially younger guys, older guys too, they go into these type of situations and they're not realizing that this woman only see them as a check, or she only see them as an emotional support dog, or she only see them as, just simp energy or a check, or whatever the case may be. But the man is thinking, this is but the love of my life. I'm going to marry her. I want to have kids with her. And so it's a dynamic where the guy is coming into the game wrong, and the woman is basically manipulating him into thinking that it's that, when it's really not. This happens so much, and it happens often. and you know, so much that you can consider this a part of a certain culture. You can consider this culture, and we call this, well, I call this boyfriend culture, right? Now, some women may be listening to this saying, "Oh, well, uh, well, guys string women along, and guys are you know, having sex with women with no intention on being with them. That's cool. We could talk about that." But the reality with that is, a lot of the times women put paint where it ain't. So you may be having a friends with benefits relationship, and then that women put more into it, or women project more into that situation than need be, and as if the guy is playing them. The guy is not necessarily playing them. Do you have, you know, those guys who string women along? Sometimes, yes, but oftentimes it's more so a case of the guy likes the girl. The girl likes the guy and wants more than what the guy is willing to give, even though the guy has told this woman he's not willing to give. And so the woman may mistake signs as him kissing on her or him having sex without a condom as he wanting more, and he's just being confusing and he's stringing you along. No, you just a fuck buddy, right? You just a fuck buddy. So for the women who gonna say, "Oh, well, men participate in boyfriend category too, or boyfriend girlfriend culture too," no, men typically don't. Now, a man may do the friend with benefits thing, but men don't typically get with women, and I said typically and generally, don't get with women to exploit them like that. You understand what I'm saying? Even if a man is settling with you, even if he may not be physically attracted to you, whatever the case may be, in his mind, when he commits to you, commits in a relationship, when he commits to you in a relationship with you, he's thinking he can see you forever. You are his forever in his mind. You understand what I'm saying? Now, that's not saying that he may not cheat, or that he's not going to be, he's not going to be the perfect man, or whatever the case may be. But in his mind, he's in it for the long haul. And a lot of these situations that I'm talking about, the woman is not in it for the long haul, although she'll be in a relationship and make that man believe that she is. You understand what I'm saying? And so this culture and this society likes to highlight how, again, men will fuck on a woman and then not commit to her and shit like that. A lot of the times that's not out of deception. That's the woman fooling herself. But let's talk about how women, especially younger women, are tricking guys into being boyfriends. And these guys come with energy. They come with their protection, their provisioning, and they put all into these women. They put their hearts and soul into these women. And these women don't even, you just some temporary thing. You understand what I'm saying? While she getting over her boyfriend, or, you know, she tired of getting fucked and tossed, or not even tired, but she getting fucked and tossed and she just want to feel love. And so you just a utility for the moment, or she's struggling with her bills. And so she make you think that she's all in. And so you go all in. And 6 months later, you hurt and you stressed out and you realizing that this woman really wasn't, you know? And so I think we need to bring that to the forefront. And if I have to be the leader in doing so, I'm going to do so. And I don't even want to bring this to the forefront to even try to let's change this and all that. Nah, I want to bring it to the forefront so I can game you guys up and I can keep you guys aware and give you the game so you can sidestep it and get with the women who want you for you, who want to be around for the long haul. You understand what I'm saying? So, that's that. That's why I'm doing this. It's not to, lead some charge to let's just change the world and they need to stop it. Fuck them. Let them do what they do. You as a man, you as a player, you as a thoroughbred guy, you got to be able to see the sharks in the water and avoid it. You understand? And go find the people who doing good business. Go find the women who doing good business, you know? And this whole dating with intention thing, right? Let's talk about that, because lately, the last couple of years, women have this thing where it's like, oh, I'm dating with intention, and I'm dating with intention, and I'm dating with intention. And that basically guys got the brunt of that. Like, guys are the ones that's just like most guys. And again, we're talking about average people, the regular people, not the top 5% of the players that's fucking. We're talking about the average person. This has been put on men as if men are the ones out playing the games, right? As if the large majority of men are the ones stringing people along and wasting people's time and shit like that. right? And so females do this whole dating with intention thing, but that's bullshit. That's a smoke screen, right? It's typically, not even typically, what it really is them tired of wasting people's time and wasting their time, and they grow up and they mature to the point to where it's like, and I hate to even use the word mature, but they get to a point in their mind to where it's like, damn, I've been wasting my time. I've been fucking off my years. Let me start dating with intention now. And in order to start, in order to avoid accountability, what they do is say, men playing games. No, you had boyfriends and you had fill-ins while you was out here fucking and being a hoe, or when you was out here exploring your options, right? Wasting fucking time, listening to internet advice, listening to hoes on TikTok. You was listening to this shit, wasting your time, spreading yourself thin, not building no real relationship skills, and just wasting your time and growing old, and your milk is souring. And so now you to a point where I'm dating with intention. I'm dating with intention. And the man that's in front of you got to suffer now because you wasted your fucking time. And now it's the man's fault and it's men's fault. No, baby girl. You just was a part of boyfriend culture. You understand what I'm saying? So let's just clear that up right now. That whole dating with intention shit, that's where that come from. You can't fool me. That's a smoke screen. It comes from them wasting their motherfucking time, and now they tired of wasting their own time. You feel me? So don't fall for that old dating with intention shit. Now, again, I was talking about how, like, you see this with younger women. The thing with younger women, and you talking to a guy who's been out here. I didn't just start getting women. I just didn't blow up at my mid-30s, and now all of a sudden I got women. I've dealt with younger women. I've been a young guy dealing with younger women. I've been a 25-year-old dealing with 20-year-olds. I've been a 27-year-old dealing with a 21-year-old, dealing with 20-year-olds, dealing with 19-year-olds. I've been 21 dealing with 18-year-olds. I've dealt with young women. A lot of these guys, again, I say this all the time, a lot of these guys, they have this young women thing in their mind. And I talk about this later when it comes to the solutions, because they've never experienced a young, hot woman. I've done that already, bro. And so I look at the game a little bit different. So, and I understand how they operate because I've dealt with them. You understand? In large numbers. I've dealt with younger women. I've been in relationships with younger women. I've smashed younger women. I've strung younger women along. I've been in love with younger women. I know how this go, right? And so I know this game, right? But younger women don't really understand sacrifice, right? Younger women don't understand that in order to get something, you have to give up something, right? Younger women haven't grasped this concept yet, most younger women. And so the dilemma is, I want to have fun, but I also still need love. I want to have fun, but I also still need love. I want to explore and be a whore, but I also don't like a cold pillow at night, and I want to feel loved and cared for. And so with young women not being able to understand sacrifice and that they have to give up one for the other, they try to do both. And where does that leave them? That leaves them with scars, and that leaves you hurt and confused with your heart broken, because they want to play the field or get attention from as many guys, but they string you along and manipulate you into putting you all into them, and they wasn't in it for the right reasons in the first place. You see what I'm saying? They're trying to do both. They're trying to ride the fence, and it just hurts everybody. You understand? It hurts them and it hurts you, right? They don't understand, well, damn, if I want a loving relationship with a guy and I want to build a family, I can't be out here being a hoe. They don't understand if I want to be a hoe, it's not going to be right trying to fucking cultivate a relationship in a family. It's just not going to mix. But they try to do both, right? And they do be both. They do both. You understand? They do both until they realize 27, 28 that they can't. This is why I always tell guys, you know, typically women grow out of being whores and attention. I don't want to say attention whores, but they grow out of that little phase because they realize there's nothing there really. You see what I'm saying? And this is when you start, you get on dates and you start hearing I've had my fun, or a guy has to do XYZ to get me now. I've learned that, I'm finding myself. I'm on my healing journey and all these, old whole terms that they use. This is when you start to hear this, when they start to realize that they can't do both. You understand? And this is no different than men. Like, I had to understand that I couldn't do both. I couldn't be fucking around and doing this old shit and trying to be in a relationship. I was just spreading myself thin, hurting everybody and stressing myself out. That came with maturity. Right? Younger men don't understand this either. And younger men, meaning the younger players, they don't really understand this either. But as far as the women go, they don't understand that level of sacrifice. And so you are the guy who pays for that. You understand? And the cold part about the game is you are responsible for everything that happens to you. You're the one that's responsible. She's not responsible for and we can say, oh, well, everybody need to do the right thing. Everybody not going to do the right thing. Everybody ain't going to do right by you. So you got to do right by you, and knowing the game, knowing the shit that you getting into, knowing the women, vetting the women, and not making dumb decisions so you can preserve yourself. And if you need a mentor, you need coaches, whatever, this is where I come in at. Listen to the advice, listen to the podcast. I'm giving you all the game, but it's your responsibility. It's not her response. She's supposed to get whatever she feels she may need. It's your responsibility to preserve yourself and make sure you have the best outcome possible. So you need to understand that young women don't know how to sacrifice. You need to understand that. Most young women just don't. And a woman 21, 20, their brain's not even fully developed to even understand that concept. Most young people's brains are not developed to even understand that concept, which is why I don't understand why. I don't want to make this show about this, but I don't understand why somebody would be in a relationship with somebody under 23, 24 anyway. That is insane to me. No, that is just logically insane. It just a person who's not even, like, they can't process things correctly. They can't process things with maturity. They fucking, they're not even developed yet to even understand basic concepts like you can't have it all. You understand what I'm saying? So, you just gotta take care of yourself, and like I say, the game protect you. If you listening to this game, if you following me and you soaking up the game and you digesting the game and you implement it, you don't really have to worry about this. But I'm doing this for my guys who don't know. Now, let's be all the way real. Let's be all the way real. If y'all ready for a real moment, here we go. We've all been somebody's boyfriend, somebody's sucker. And let me say this. When I say boyfriend, I don't mean a couple together, not married. That's not what I mean. Like, you may be 28, 29, and you meet a woman, y'all clicking, y'all dating for the future and getting to know each other and building something, and y'all not married. That's considered technically a boyfriend. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about the young women saying, oh, that's just my boyfriend or my boyfriend or my boyfriend, but they don't have, is no meaning behind it. They're not in it for the long term. That's what I mean, boyfriend culture, right? And before I get into the being real shit, I just don't think, even doing the research, man, I just don't see where this was always a thing. Like, even back then, in the olden days, and before the 1940s and 50s, I don't think young women was running around just trying to have a fucking boyfriend. I think they was trying to secure them a future for their families, just from based on the research, talking to people, having older grandmas and older aunts and talking with older women. I just don't think that this has been a thing. And so, when I say boyfriend, that's what I mean. I mean, not an unmarried couple, not a woman who's pouring into and building something with a man, but they just not married yet. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about something very specific. That whole, this is my guy for utility, right? And nowadays, they getting away with shit, not even the boyfriend shit. They getting away with the friend zone shit. They putting y'all in the friend zone at record numbers. Now that's crazy. But yeah. But anyway, I just wanted to clarify what I meant by boyfriend. I don't mean an unmarried couple. But let's get back to the being real. We've all been somebody's boyfriend. I've been somebody's boyfriend meaning I've been somebody's utility or sucker before. And most of us have, if not all of us have. We all got that story, right? We all got that story. Every guy has that story where, I was fucking, with this girl in high school and she just did me so dirty and did me so wrong. Cause guys don't really come into the game like that. I don't know nobody that come into the game. Now we may be, especially back in the days, listen to the rap music, the bitches ain't shit and this and that. But that was a certain type of women. We didn't think that was all women. In our minds, it was like the hoes over here and the good girls over here and my girl and these bitches. The bitches that's fucking and doing all that, these hoes ain't shit. You don't treat your girl like that, though. So that was our mentality. Although we knew what you guys considered to be red pill game and all that, we were smart enough, and I don't want to say smart enough, but we knew that didn't apply to all women. And so when you hear things like bitches ain't shit, we was talking about the bitches, or they was talking about the bitches, or hoes this or hoes that. They was talking about the hoes. And back then there was a clear line. Like you knew. Now everything is just so blended together, it's hard to even tell. But back then there was a clear line between the chick who was promiscuous and the chick who was not, the chick who was ratchet and the chick who was not, the chick who was a hood rat and the chick who was not, the chick who was a bitch and all that and the chick who was not. It was a clear line and they were separated. Now they all hang together. Everything is all one now. This old big sisterhood, right? And so, although back then we was screaming, bitches ain't shit, just growing up hearing it and this and that, and bitches will do you dirty and they all want your money and the gold diggers, we were screaming that in elementary school, high school. We still had us a good girl. And most guys, even with that mentality, came into love and relationships, not on some player shit. You understand what I'm saying? Most guys, if not all guys, had that first girlfriend who did them dirty. I think every guy has that story. Every guy has that story. What came first, the chicken or the egg? Was it just woman was fucking took advantage of by somebody and she just became cold, and not even cold, little girl got her heart broke by somebody, or she just became cold, or who knows what happened first? But what I do know is that there's a story that every man can tell you about the first time he loved a woman and she did him dirty, or loved a girl in high school or middle school and she did him completely dirty. Men don't come into the game dirtbaggish like that. I'm sorry. And so I'm saying that to say we all been somebody's utility boyfriend before, even me, right? This happened to me 3 times. It was all before I was 21. This all happened before I was 21. Ever since then, I learned, and it never happened to me again, and it'll never happen to me. I learned very, very fast. I learned very early on how this shit go. I learned this very, very early. Happened to me 3 times. First time was in high school. It was this chick I was fucking with. I was dealing with this chick, and I wasn't like, again, y'all know my story. I wasn't the most super fucking popular. I was just a regular kid, man. I had the chick. She was a little bit more advanced, I would say. Looking back on it, she was a little bit more advanced. And it was my little girlfriend. It wasn't really for that long. It was my little girlfriend or whatever. And, I was dealing with her. And I met her in summer school. I think it was like summer school and fucking high school. I had to go to summer school or some shit. I met her in summer school and high school or some shit. So we just started kicking it or whatever. And I didn't have sex with her right away. Like, it was like months and months or some shit like this. It's like months. Just doing the boyfriend shit. I wasn't a virgin at this point. I had a chick I was dealing with and, had sex here or there or whatever. So I wasn't a virgin, but I was pretty green to this whole boyfriend utility shit. And so I had sex with this chick yet, and looking back on it, I was getting played. So long story short, fast forward, just a classic, being a motherfucker's boyfriend. She wasn't really causing me no problems or nothing like that, but just like I would be hearing stories about this chick, like, oh, she was at the pool with such and such, and such and such hit it in the bathroom. I'm like, what the fuck? And so I ain't never really approached her about it, because I never wanted to. When I was younger, I never wanted to like seem like a woman, because my dad was teaching me little shit, and I just never wanted to seem like a woman got the best of me and shit. But it's just like, damn. And so I ignored that, and then my best friend came to pick me up one day. He had a car. I didn't have a car. My best friend came to pick me up one day, and he like, bro, you know I had hit, what's the name? I'm like, what? I'm like, for real? He like, yeah. He like, I had hit, what's the name? Da, da, da. He told me. So I'm like, damn. He was like, bro, yeah, she ain't it. So I'm like, yeah, you right. So, but the crazy thing about it, he was taking me to go see her. Like, he was taking me to go see her or whatever. By this time, we was having sex or whatever. I was already hitting it or whatever by this time. And so, Matt, you know what's crazy? This story connects with another story because I almost got killed fucking with this girl. But later on in life, like a few years later, I almost got into some crazy shit over this chick. And I told that story before, but I don't want to take up this shit talking about that. Just maybe put the pieces together. But so he picking me up to go see her, and I'm like, damn, I'm probably like 17, bro, 16, 17 or some shit. I'm not even fucking an adult yet. I'm still a jitterbug, bro. Is what I'm saying. I'm not that old yet. So I'm like, damn. So he taking me to go see her. So now I'm just like, the fuck. I'm not really heartbroken, but I'm like, damn, this bitch, like, what the fuck? Like, you fucking the homie and shit. And so I don't really say nothing. I don't say nothing. And he taking me to her job. He took me to her job, and she kind of, where she worked at, I don't want to say the place, but she kind of had control over everything, and nobody was there. And so I kind of hid it in the thing, and I just called my homie to come pick me up, and I just left. And I kind of phased her out. I started ignoring her after that. Because I couldn't really fuck with that until a couple years later. We had ran into each other. I'm grown now. I'm in the streets now. I'm grown and doing my little thing. And I'm like 19. And I got into some bullshit with her, and then I just never fucked with her again after that. But that was the first time. And I was like, oh, wait a minute. Hold up. The second time, it fucked me up. The second time it happened to me, I was 18. And was dealing with this chick. It wasn't that long. It was probably 6 months or so. I told a story about this chick too before. I was in a club, and she was choosing on me, like super heavy, like just, just super, super choosing on me. And I started fucking with her, whatever, got her number and shit, and we just started vibing, clicking, we was smashing or whatever. But, I just became the boyfriend. And this chick was like meeting chicks in clubs. She was the classic, wanting to go out all the time, drinking and shit. And so the red flag started happening when I would be in the club, because I used to go to the club all the time. Like when I was like 18, I used to be in the club like fucking every night, damn near every night. You know where I live at, there's always shit to do every night. I used to be in a different club every fucking night when I was 18. But I used to see her and shit, and I should be like hugging a dude or some shit. I'm like, one time she hugged the promoter. So when niggas tell you the chick hugged the promoter, no good. But one time, which I was like, hold up. I hadn't heard from her in a little minute or whatever. And I went to her mom's house, I think. I had pulled up to her mom's house. This was before we had cell phones and shit. And you just had to pull up on a motherfucker. I may have told this story before, but I pulled up on her, and the mom was like, I thought she was with you. I'm like, nah. And he was like, oh, is she in the hospital? Right? So I'm like, what the fuck? Yeah, she had got into a bad car accident, but I thought she was with you. Like, I know her mom met me and everything. I've been at their house and everything. And so I'm like, damn, what the fuck you mean? So I don't know. You can't call nobody. It's just like whatever. And so come to find out, she was with a dude. She was with a dude, and of course these niggas older than me, right? I'm 18, she 18. These niggas 23, 24 years old and shit. I can't compete with these dudes. These dudes got money and cars and shit. And so she with a dude in the car, they drinking and driving, and they get into a bad wreck. And so she ended up at the hospital and shit. And it's not even, her mom thought it was me and it wasn't. And so, I'm like, damn. But she like, oh no, that's just my homeboy. You know, that's just my homie. It ain't really nothing. You know, that's just, it ain't nothing like that. Whatever. I'm like, yeah, whatever. Okay, cool, whatever. So, but we still fucking around. And one day, I pull up to the homegirl house. Remember, you used to have to pull up on the motherfucker. I pull up to the homegirl house. I walk in, and I see her with a dude. This the same dude. Come to find out later, this the same dude that she got into the wreck with. Like she was all like, they was like hugging and damn near kissing. So I walk in there because they was having a party and the door was open. So I walk in there, see it, and I just walk out. I don't confront them, and I just walk up like, I'm done with this bitch. Like I can't fuck with it. And of course she calling and pulling up and popping up at my little spots and all this shit and causing scenes and all this shit. I'm like, cool, because I wasn't never on no sucker shit like confronting no bitch about what they want to do. If you want to go fuck with it, go ahead. I ain't finna be no sucker fighting over you and all that old goofy ass shit. And so that happened. X'd that one out. She ended up fucking with, she was fucking with this dude. Dude's a little bit older than me. What's crazy is I end up being cool with this dude. I went to start going to the club with this dude and all. I got pictures. I think I may have put some pictures on my Facebook from when I was a long time ago in the club. I don't know. When I was like, you know, a couple years after that. Maybe one of them, he was in there or whatever, one of these dudes. But I ended up buying a gun from this dude and ended up getting caught with this gun before. I ended up buying a gun from this dude later on, a couple years later. He didn't know that me and this chick was fucking with each other, nothing like that. But me and the dude ended up being cool or whatever later on. So that's the second time. Now, the third time was with her friend. I'm thinking that because now I'm more advanced now because I met her when I was like 18. Now I'm like 20, 21, so I'm more advanced now. I got my own car, I got my own apartment, all this shit. I'm getting a little money, a few $1,000s in my pocket. So I got a lot more game. I done fuck way more chicks. So I'm a little advanced than I was. And so I run into them in the club. And this is I told the story about I had the girlfriend. And when I ran into them in the club, I had a girlfriend, and this was a good girl. This girl I was dealing with was like a good girl, good home, the whole nine, bro. She still is like, you know, she ain't no girl no more, but you know, she's married, got a family and all that. Just a good chick, right? You don't meet chicks like this too often. But you know, she's the good girl from the suburb, and I'm the gangster in the streets and the thug and I don't want to say gangster. I'm the hustler in the streets. Like I'm the kid the guy that's in the streets. So it's like one of them type of situations. So when I ran into this chick, again, I was dealing with this girl. And so the homegirl that she was with was choosing. So this the chick that just did me dirty a couple years ago. Her homegirl choosing on me. So I'm like, okay, it's get back time. So, you know, we get up, oh, I ain't seen you in a minute. So I invite her over, I invite the chick that I was fucking with over. I told this story before. Invite the chick that I was fucking with over, and I'm gonna be short. I invite this chick that I was fucking with over. I invite her, the sisters. This is a whole little shit party and little kickback at the crib. We invite them over. We kicking it, them, my homies and shit. And initially, the homegirl, I had put her on to my homie. But she wasn't feeling my homie. She wasn't feeling my other homie. She was feeling me eventually. So we ended up being cool, me and the homie. The girl who did me dirty kind of ended up being jealous and shit or whatever. And I'm like, I don't give no fuck about that. So I end up, as time go on, my situation with the good girl ended up getting damaged over this shit, over this girl, this new chick. It ended up getting damaged. She stopped fucking with me after a while. She got tired of months and months of, you know, just bullshit or whatever. And so she ended up stopped fucking with me. It's a long story behind that. She ended up cutting me off. And so now I'm dealing with this girl. And so I kind of like make this like my girlfriend now. And this chick is older than me. So I'm 20 at the time, 20, 21 at the time. This chick is like 24. Very much advanced, way older than me. Not way older than me, but way more advanced than me. And so it's just little shit that I would see here and there, but I don't really hear nothing and I don't catch nothing. See, young girls, you can catch them easy, but a chick that got a little bit more game, you're not going to really catch them. But again, I wasn't the type to like I wasn't the type to like go through phones and all this old shit. And back then, this was when we started getting cell phones and shit. You know, so I had cell phones and shit. I had Metro PCS and a Sprint, I think. I had 2 phones back then. But I wasn't the type to be going through messages and all that shit and trying to confront you and shit. But it would be little shit like, I'm going out. Me and old girl going out, and old girl who I used to fuck with before, she big hoe. She a super hoe, right? Birds of a feather flock together, right? So I'm going with old girl, which was the girl that I used to deal with. You see what I'm saying? They was good friends now. So I'm going to the club with her and shit. Oh, I come over after. She don't come over after. It's like shit like that would happen. I don't really press it or nothing. So I ain't never really, it would be stuff like that, little red flags like that. But when I went to jail, you know, and I was doing a lot of shit to help this chick out too. Like, you know, just like on some boyfriend shit. But when I went to jail is when I told you guys about the story about how the older guy was like, bro, I don't want to hear nothing about this bitch. This was the girl that I found out that was fucking with this other dude. And, you know, he was driving her car and all type of shit like a day after I got locked up. My homie seen it or whatever. And so this was the story that I always tell that kind of changed me and put it into perspective for me. And I was 21 years old in jail getting ready to go to prison. And my older homie laced me up like, bro, you got to, you know, it's you first. Like, if you can't take care of yourself, you can't take care of nobody else. Like, you sitting in this bitch all day talking about hoes and bitches and stressing out. You ain't got your shit together. You don't know which way you going, right or left. Stop talking to me about no hoes. And this guy changed my life. I learned a lot from this dude. He was 30 at the time. He was 30 at the time. And he would just give me a lot of game and took me up under his wing. And he was like, you know, he had a lot of, he was getting it in on the streets. Like, he was like one of them guys, like birds, like one of them type of guys. So he was just gaming me up or whatever. And so she was that situation. So it was 3 times. It was the first chick, the second chick, and the third chick. The last 2 chicks was friends. And I'm so arrogant that I'm not realizing, like, they friends. Like, I'm trying to get one of these chicks back, right? I'm trying to get one of these chicks back. I'm trying to get this chick back by fucking with her homegirl to make her jealous. But I'm not realizing that, like, they friends. They the same type of bitch. They the same type of woman. They both equally ain't shit. And I just got used by both of them. You see what I'm saying? But it take humility and maturity to understand that. And I understood that when I was sitting in jail. Like, the fuck? Like, I'm goofy as fuck. Like, you know, I'm dumb as hell. I let both of these bitches play me. Like, you see what I'm saying? But I learned then, and that never happened to me again. You know, I'm 39. That never happened to me again. And so it didn't make me like, oh, I'm just going to be hardcore to all these hoes and I'm just going to ain't no more love in this. It was nothing like that, but I just felt like a goofball. Like, I just felt like, bro, you can't be you can't be no duck like that. We didn't really say goofy. We said duck back then. Like, you just a sucker. You a duck, bro. Like, just sitting in jail, just thinking about it. Like, you know, like, you dumb, bro. Like, you trying to get back and you in the same position. And the last one, the shit that happened in jail, that fucked me up, though. I ain't eat for a couple days because I really liked that girl, bro. Like, I was really into her and shit. You know, it's very good personality and shit. I was into her. But that fucked me up, bro. But it didn't make me jaded to where it's like, oh, fuck, women ain't shit, fuck them forever and all this old shit. So, but that was my 3 times that happened to me. And after that, I'm like, nah, bro, never again. I'll never be in no situation like that again. And then I realized what was the play. Like, these chicks, we want little boyfriends for emotional support, bro. You just like to suck a little boyfriend. You know, and when I got, you know, after that, you know, after I got out of prison and shit, I was the dude that was fucking the little young 20-year-old, 19-year-old, you know, that had a little boyfriend. I became the guy, you know, that the boyfriend got to worry about. I became that guy. You see what I'm saying? And so I learned. I'm telling you guys this so you don't be that. I don't want you guys to be that. And again, I know a lot of you guys, you know, have that same story. Now, I was a victim. I know I sound like a little chick or something like that. I like a domestic violence survivor, and I'm not making light of that, but you know, I was a victim of boyfriend culture, right? I was a victim of boyfriend culture, just like every other man. And now we have this thing where a lot of guys focus on hookup culture, hookup culture, hookup culture. And I was sitting back thinking, like, as I was reflecting on this, it's just seeing a lot of other shit. And I was getting the topic together for this podcast. I'm sitting there like, a lot of us focus on shaming hookup culture and shit. And I don't think that hookup culture does more damage than boyfriend culture. Because there are two willing participants in hookup culture, the only thing you pretty much got to worry about is a fucking STD if you're not protecting yourself. I'm not set out to say a woman may not be cheating or whatever, but as far as with the two parties involved, there's really no hurt involved. Like, there's really no damage being done. If I meet a woman at a bar and I'm drunk and she drunk and we smash, I'm not telling you to fuck with no drunk chicks. But you meet a woman at fucking spring break and y'all hook up with each other and go on about y'all life. She just got a body. Cool. But there's no harm in that. There's harm in damage in manipulating a guy to be your boyfriend, and you don't want anything but to use him as a utility while he thinks that this is a forever situation. There's real harm in that. You understand what I'm saying? There's real harm in women wasting time and energy, and not just for the man, for themselves. There's real harm in a woman wasting from 18 to 26, wasting time, exploiting men instead of actually trying to learn the skills to build a relationship in a home. This is why when they 30 years old, unless they had a player ass dude, they don't even know what to do with you. This is why you see a lot of, you see all the times where you see all these women on social media, they're coming out saying, I got a real man. I didn't even know what to do with him. I got this real man, and thank God for my real man, because I didn't even know how to treat this guy. They fucked their whole 20s up, their whole 30s up, not learning how to conflict resolution, expressing your emotions properly, respect, caring for a man, caring for your home. They get in their 30s and they don't know how to do this. This is the danger of it. Wasting time instead of trying to learning how to build and relate a relationship in a home, learning those skills that you need to have in order to have a successful, positive relationship. Most women don't know how to do that because they wasted their time trying to have their cake and eat it too. Now, as far as the men go, it's like, again, with hookup culture, one and done, even swap, even swindle. But if you a man who's you a young boy that's in college and you got a girlfriend in college who just needs a boyfriend, right, as a utility, if you one of these guys, just like every fucking man that ever had a girlfriend when they were young, this creates a mentality that women are users. And it kind of creates an op mentality. And the way that our brains work, we just associate women with all women. A lot of the times, until you get older, really older, and you get out there and you start dealing with more and more and more women and you get the experience, a lot of the times, the 3 or 4 women you deal with before the age of 25, they put you in this type of trick bag, and it's like, this is all you fucking know. And so you think this is what it is. And so now you have this jaded mentality, and now there's a fucking gender war. Now men don't trust women. Now men look at women like, you just want to use me and take advantage of me. Because it happened to me, it happened to my brother, it happened to my homeboy, it happened to all my friends, right? But this is only a section of women doing this shit. But this is all you know, because this is all you have access to when you're young and you don't have the resources like that. You don't have the access to other women. You just have what's in front of you. And these women target you as boyfriends. When you're young, when you're an 18-year-old kid, 19-year-old kid, you don't have much. You don't have nothing. And you're an adult. It's the worst period of time because you're an adult. So you can't fuck with chicks in high school because you're going to go to jail. But the older women are way more advanced, and they have access to guys who got their shit together with more game than you. They fuck better than you. And so you just at this fucking, this purgatory, shall I say, right? And the only people that will fuck with you is the women who fucking need a utility. And so this is all you fucking know. You understand what I'm saying? And so it's just a tricky spot. But this is where that mentality comes from. When I see guys jaded, or when I see guys upset, and when I see guys frustrated, and I see the lashing out of today, I understand where it comes from because I've been somebody's utility before. We all have. I've been somebody's fool before. We all have. I ain't been too many times now. And I learned before I was a fully grown adult. Let's be real now. Let's keep it 1,000. I ain't been no, and even then when I was going through those, I was still getting mine. You feel me? So, my heart and my mind was just places that it shouldn't have been. But again, a lot of guys, they have this. I'm able to know and say, hey, it's not really like that. That's not all women because I've dealt with a lot of women. You see what I'm saying? And when you put yourself out there, you just meet different types of women from different types of background. But when you don't have the resources, or when you're 18 or 19 or 20, and this is all you see because it's all you have access to, because these are the only women that'll give you a shot because you're just a utility, it's all you gonna know, and it's just gonna be bitches ain't shit. But I just know better from dealing with different women, getting myself together and not letting that discourage me. Having accountability for myself and looking myself in the mirror and having mentors telling me, bro, you goofy, bro. You sitting in this motherfucker, stressing over bitches. Them hoes ain't thinking about you. Get yourself together. Had it not been for that, I'd probably be on some goofy, not even goofy shit. I'd probably be on some jaded shit too. But I realized that I was the problem. Bro told me like, yo, they treat you like that for a reason. You got access to women like that for a reason. You going through that for a reason. Yeah, you may be getting your little fucking couple $1,000s. And I don't want to say he shit on me, but you think you getting money. You get your little couple $1,000s. You got your little car in your apartment. That ain't shit. That ain't nothing, bro. These chicks out here fucking with ballers and dudes who got it together and players. Who the fuck you think you is? That's your problem. Get your shit together. If it hadn't been for that, I would probably be jaded too. But I knew that I was the reason that I was going through that. And so fortunately enough, I had people in my ear and I was raised to take accountability. And so I fixed the problem, which was me. And I stopped going through that. You understand what I'm saying? But a lot of guys don't have access to that. And so they get stuck in this. The bitches is the ops. Once I developed myself, kept putting myself back out there, meeting more women, I understood, damn, this is a good chick. This shit got good morals. She come from a good home. She don't smoke and drink. She don't go to the clubs. You know what I'm saying? Whew, shit. Let me fuck with her. Let me fuck with more women like her. Okay. Boom. I met this bitch in the club. I met her in the club, and I met her friend in the club. Both of them drinking, like the party and all this old shit. Both of them, in their little host stages or whatever. I'm the fool for dealing with them. Let me see if I could choose better. Let me see if I can move better and move more smartly. Let me see if I can get myself out of this box to where I only have access to women who need me as a utility. Because at 18, 19, 20, all you are is a utility to women. And the utility ain't even financial. But even if you do got a job, there's bitches that'll take you for your little warehouse check too. They say, oh, gold diggers, oh, you're not even the target. Yeah, for high level gold diggers, but it's a chick that's on your level that'll get you for your McDonald's money or your Walmart money or whatever. You know what I'm saying? So once you get yourself out of that box, once you elevate your, I don't want to say status, but you up your game, you add to your character, you develop yourself, you'll have access to more women. But when you're on the bottom, you get the bottom of the barrel women, because those women are reaching in the bottom because they need utilities, because real guys who got their real shit together ain't going to be that for them. You understand? And whores need love too. Remember that. So what's the solution to all this, King Dre? What's the solution to boyfriend culture? Don't date women under the age of 24 seriously. I don't know why. Again, I don't know why. I know why guys do it, but I'm just keep trying to tell you guys. And I went on Fresh and Fit because, Myron, they preach this a lot. Oh, under 22, under 23, they have less baggage and shit. This is when they catching all of the bodies, man. Most women catch their bodies before they 20 years old. I just want y'all to realize that. Women be fucking in high school, a lot of them. Like these type of chicks be fucking in high school, bro. Women are way more sexually advanced than you. By the time they are 20, they got their bodies already. So you meet a woman who's 22 and you think, oh shit, she don't got no baggage. Yes, she do. The baggage comes from the way that she was raised. The baggage come from her poor family background. The baggage come from the fucking jerk boyfriend who fucked her off. And the baggage come from the fucking 25-year-old that was fucking her when she was 17 in school. They still have baggage. Now, they may not have kids, true, but they still have baggage, bro. They still have baggage, and this is when they catching all their bodies. Facts. This is when they're the most hoish. Facts. This is when they exploring. Facts. Generally speaking. So it's just like I was trying to tell Myron them, like, bro, usually women that age are not in this society. They just want boyfriends as utilities. They're not looking to have a family. They're not looking for something long term. They're not looking for that. So why would you date them seriously, bro? Like, I just don't understand. As a fully grown, developed man why would you date them seriously? I'm not saying don't have your fun, but for serious purposes, why date them? Just find a woman who's fucking mature, who don't got the baggage. Stop going to clubs to meet bitches. Stop meeting bitches on dating apps. It's simple. Approach women when you see them and you like them. That's the secret, really. Just go approach women. All the women that you approach ain't whores. But y'all go to these spots, these big mating rituals. Y'all meet women at fucking Rolling Loud and Spring Break and Memorial Weekend and shit, and the club on Friday and Club Live and the strip club and shit. And it's like, duh, just go to different places or just meet women in the store, meet women out throughout your life. A lot of the times, these ain't the women that's in the clubs. A lot of the times they is, but what I'm saying is you'll have a better chance when you fish outside of the fucking club. You understand? But anyway, don't date women under the age of 24 seriously. And this is coming from somebody that's dated a lot of women when he was that young. I've dated younger women. They can't tell you this. These guys can't really tell you this because they don't know. These guys were nerds, and I'm not talking shit about Myron and them. I'm just saying, when they were fucking 22, they wasn't getting no pussy. When they was 20, they wasn't getting no pussy. When they was 24, they wasn't getting no pussy. I was. I've dealt with them. I've dated them. I've been played by them. I've been the utility before. Like, even though I thought I was the biggest player in the world, somebody was still playing on me. I know how this shit go. I know younger women because I've dealt with them. And I'm trying to tell you, it's not a good move. It's not a good, it don't make good business sense or none of that. Now, if you find your 24-year-old that comes from a good home, she's under the protection of her people still and all that, they still dumb. But, and I don't want no dumb bitch. But, younger women just don't understand a lot of shit, right? But in order to protect yourself against this boyfriend culture shit, don't date women under the age of 24, seriously. Now, are younger women the only women who do the boyfriend thing? No, some dumb older women do it too. Women who just got out of relationships, don't fucking do it. You just vulnerable. They just vulnerable and they need something. You just a utility right now. Women who tell you they about to get separated, or they're separated, or they're about to get divorced, or they're recently divorced. Don't fucking do it. Don't do it. This is how you end up a victim of boyfriend culture. These are the women who just use men as a utility. And you think that it means it means just the whole world. My main problem that I get over the last 6 years that I've been doing this is King Dre. Everything been going so good for the last 5 months. I thought this was the one, and she just all of a sudden flipped out on me. You was the utility, bro. You're a victim of boyfriend culture, period. She was with you for this time and not a long time. She didn't see you as a forever. You understand what I'm saying? So now, make women earn everything that you have to offer. You ain't got to worry about that. If a woman is in your life, she has to earn it by providing you value. A lot of you guys don't know any better, and you get a woman and you just take her up. because you think that's the way that it goes. You get a woman and you spoil her. And so she don't have to do nothing. Shit, if Oprah came to you and say, "Hey, you're gonna be my boyfriend. I'm gonna take you on all the trips and buy you all the fly shit," and you're gonna be like, "Yeah." And what you gonna do? You're gonna go take that money, boss yourself up, look fly, and go fuck the chicks, the little young hot chicks. You think they ain't gonna do the same to you, bruh? So that's what happens when you get these chicks and you let them come around you and they not earning it. They're not providing you value. They're not investing into you. They're not building a stake or building equity into y'all's situation. They just there to drain you emotionally and drain you financially. And you wonder why you keep having problems and she's not cooperating and she ain't getting on the same page as you and all, because that's not why she's there. You ever thought about that? You ever thought about why a woman ain't getting on the same page? Well, she just not getting on the same page with me, King Dre. I just can't get on my page. I can't get her, because that's not why she's there. She's not there to get on the same page as you. Congratulations, you're a victim of boyfriend culture. Congratulations, you're a utility. Simple. You understand? Make women earn everything that you have to offer. If you implement the game that I teach you, if you digest the game and you implement it and you live by it, guess what? The game will protect you from all of this. So this is not an episode where it's, oh, the boogeyman is going to get you. The boogeyman, American bitch, is just going to come in your home and just whisk you away in the night and just financially drain you. No, motherfucker. It's not what this is about. This is putting the information out here and telling you, hey, this is the game. This is how you avoid it. Beware. The sharks are in the water. It's not to scare you. Every woman doesn't participate in boyfriend culture. A lot of them, enough of them do that it can affect you. How about that? Enough of them do that it will affect you if you're not careful. And again, you see it more in younger women, but it can happen when you're older too. Always remember that. But anyway, guys, my name is King Dre, and I'm your gracious game advisor. Follow me on all social media platforms at King Dreism. I'll be about to say KingDreism.com. King Dreism, all social media platforms: YouTube, Twitter, Twitch, TikTok, Threads, Facebook, YouTube. I think I said YouTube. All the social media platforms, I'm there. And remember, guys, join the Players Club. That's my private, exclusive men's community at theplayersclub.vip. You're going to get so much value. You get tons of value from being in that group. And be on the lookout for the Ladies Man Bundle. Wait list is coming soon. You got to put yourself on the wait list if you want to get access to the Ladies Man Bundle package. But anyway, guys, it's your gracious game advisor, yours truly, King Dre. I'm gone.